He ate it. He ate it. He ate it. Yes, yes, yes. So I've got an hour or two to kill, and I was taking a look at Google Maps and just looking for places to fish, and I realized that there's actually a public park with a small pond that I've never fished before, which is super weird because I always am exploring and looking for new places to fish, and I can't believe I've missed this, but I did. I think it's because it's a really small pond. I didn't even hardly notice it on the maps. So anyways, today, since I've got the time, I figured let's go over there, let's try it out. Now, public parks and, small bodies of water that have bank, access, those typically are the most pressured bodies of water. So a lot of times they're not that great. And so I don't necessarily have high expectations, but I've got a couple ultralights with me and we're just gonna head over there and see what we can do. Either way, I'm gonna focus on getting there. I'm about 10 minutes away. Should be a nice little place to fish. Let's get started. There we go. So this is absolutely bonkers to me. There's a lot of fish in here. I don't see another fisherman here, which is very surprising because this is obviously a public park. It's actually a Saturday during the middle of the day. Feels like prime time for someone to be out here fishing. I'll certainly take it. That's a little dinky bluegill. But we're on the board. Okay, well, that's one way to do it. Okay, well, I've definitely seen several small bluegill and a couple of dinky little bass. Water's pretty clear, but it's extremely shallow. Like really, really, really shallow. Like I don't see water any deeper than like 2 foot maybe. There's a lot of like snotty grass in here too. I guess I can understand maybe a lot of people don't want to come here because there's a lot of grass like that and it's literally so shallow. So a lot of conventional gear is just gonna get bogged down in vegetation. Got him. There we go. Some of these fish are on beds. Pretty sure that fish was on a bed. And not exactly anything to write home about, but it's a fish from a public park and I'll take it. Little places like this get a lot of pressure. I'll take anything I can get. See you, bud. Got him. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave those fish alone now. I've caught 3 of them off of beds right there and they're all the same size. And I have not seen a fish bigger than this. So, note to self, this location has fish. So far, no evidence of anything big. I could see someone that had a little fly rod using a little dry fly in here. That would be a great way to catch these fish. Had I known the conditions would be like this, I might have actually brought my fly rod because there's a lot of room to cast a fly, and at the same time, it is so shallow and weedy in here that a dry fly would probably be the best technique. There's one. That's a little bigger, I think. He's got a lot more fight in him. There you go. It's not a bad little gill. For a public park, I'll take a gill like that any day of the week. Look at that. He's not super fat, but he's nice and long, and he's also relentless. He does not want to be shown to the camera. There you go. There you go. It's a beautiful little bluegill. He's long and skinny, but he's a decent fish, and he put up a good fight, so I'll take him. There you go. See you, buddy. It's funny, this is actually that Suffix Nano braid. I've been meaning to fish with this stuff for a long time, finally spooled it up. It's actually a 3-pound test, and I'm able to cast this little tiny jig super well. This is a 1/64 ounce mule jig and a little Mule Minnow 1.2, and it's casting quite effectively. So far, oh boy, just missed one. So far, I would say I kind of like the line, but let me fish with it more before I give you guys a video on it. I will probably do a video on this line specifically at some point in the future. But as it stands today, I would rather just continue to get some experience with it. Oh! I was picking it up to go make another cast, and this guy just hammered it right before I picked it up. Sitting in a whopping 6 inches of water. Little dinky gill. Okay, there's certainly no shortage of bluegill in here. There's bluegill right in front of me. Got him. This fish was literally like 3 feet in front of me. That's ridiculous. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Got him, finally. I think that's a bass. I think. Wait a second, is it? What is this? No, that's actually a hybrid sunfish right there. That's a green sunfish mixed with a bluegill. I thought I saw a green sunfish in here earlier, and that validates it. There's at least some, you know, bluegill sunfish hybrids. I'm not sure if there's any pure green sunfish in here or not, but this one's definitely a hybrid. Awesome though, cool. Pretty fish, man. You can see he has a much larger mouth than a typical bluegill. All right, see you, buddy. Got him. It's a nicer gill, I think. Can't tell if it's a hybrid or not, but look at him. He wants to fight. There you go. That's a big old pure gill right there. It's probably my best fish yet, I would say. He's much taller than that other one. He's about the same length as that one I caught. You can see he's much bigger though. And look at there, he wanted that thing. Well, the public park is paying off, my friends. It's paying off. Oh yeah, I think that's a pure green sunfish right there. Oh no, it's another hybrid. Look at that fish though. That's a beefy guy right there. There's a little pocket in the grass, and you might be able to see this. Grass, and there's just like a little pocket. And he was just sitting right down in there. There's a bunch of other ones in there too. See if I can get another. There we go, got one. That's a small one. There's bigger ones in there. This one's pretty good fighter though. There you go. Not a bad fish. Looks like it's just a pure bluegill. Pretty fat. I think that's a pregnant female is what I think. There's some potential size in here. I'm seeing some bigger shadows. Problem is that time the smaller fish got to it first. Yeah, there's a bunch right next to this dock. The second I go walk out there, I feel like I'll spook a lot of them. I think this is this one looks like it's another, man, at first I thought it was a pure green sunfish, but this is just another hybrid. Now they're popping this thing now. Man, there's a whole pile of them under there. I wish you guys could see it, but you're not gonna be able to with this camera. Kind of really hooked him good. Cool little fish. See you, bud. Another one. They're loaded right here. They're absolutely loaded. Yeah, they're fighting pretty dang good for ultralight. I mean, this is not a very big bluegill, but he put up a nice little fight there. Good stuff. Holy smokes, there's a snapping turtle right there. He was right under my feet. Freaking snappers, man. So you may have noticed that I've been shooting my jig a lot. And it's mostly because there's actually quite a bit of wind right now. And I find that I can keep my jig closer to the water and it gets my line out of the wind. And I feel like I'm getting better distance because of that. All right. Well, that was automatic. I shot it literally under the dock. And this one hammered it as soon as it hit the water. It's a decent gill. Look at that one. Look how pale this fish is. It's funny how much their color can vary. This one's like straight up white. I believe, look at that. I believe that's actually a male. It's got that big black deal right there, but he's just super pale. Look at him, wow. It's funny how much color can vary in sunfish. Well, we're putting a hurting on them. I definitely am gonna count this place in for future fishing trips. You know, it's just a little public park, and I'm not saying that there's any giants by any means, but there's lots of fish, and for a quick fishing trip, that's all I could ask. There's a bass. Not a big one, but I finally got one. Okay, goodbye. There's a big gill. That's a nice one right there. That's a big old hybrid. Oh no, that's a straight bluegill right there. That's hands down my biggest fish of the day. Goes to show, even these little public parks, they still have potential. I'm trying to keep my voice down because there's people around me at all times. But I'll tell you what, I'm catching some nice little sunfish in the mix. See you, buddy. Holy smokes, there was a bass right on the bank and I just scared him. Huh, He must be guarding a bed or something, because he swam away, but he's sitting right in front of me still. Oh, he ate it! Oh my gosh, no! I reeled it up in front of his nose and he ate it. What? I didn't expect that. How did he popped off? Shoot. He ate it! Oh, he tried to eat it again! He's super like territorial. He's not still on his bed, but he's staying where he's at. I'm trying to be quiet, not to scare him. He's gonna eat this thing. Here we go, here we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right in front of him. Here we go, eat it! No! Oh my gosh. He ate it! He ate it! He ate it! He ate it! Yes, yes, yes! My friends, little public park fishing, got him to eat. God, this fish took some work. They got him to eat twice. It's a nice one. For ultralight, that's a wonderful fish. How about that? Look at that. Look at that fish. Super dark. I might have to come back here. I'm kind of digging this. Some of that 3-pound line with I think a 4-pound leader. Nice bass, a little ultralight rod. See you later, buddy. That fish was like super angry. He was very, very like territorial. Every time I worked this thing in front of him, he would kind of take a swing at it. He wouldn't necessarily eat it, but he'd kind of dart at it. So I knew that he was definitely gonna be a catchable fish. And I mean, I hooked him once and he popped off, but I kept fishing him. He came back and ate it. Crazy. Another one. No. No, 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 no. Why? See if he does it again. See if he eats again. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. He might come. He's thinking about it. He's got it. He's got it. Same exact situation. Hooked him once, missed him, fished it out, cast it out in front of him, let it sit on the bottom and just kind of twitched it a few times. He came up and smashed it. There you go. Tiny little profile, decent little bass. Little ultralight fishing, baby. See you, bud. Cool. There's certainly some bass that are willing to eat. Just got to kind of work them a little bit. They're aggressive, but they take a couple casts. Whoa. It's a nice bass sitting right in this little shaded deal right underneath a set of vegetation. This is going to require a precise cast. Oh my gosh. He tried to eat it off the top of the freaking water. Oh my gosh. He's still willing to eat, I think. I had this thing kind of hung up in some vegetation and it was stuck on the top of the water and he tried to eat it. Let's try that again. I can't tell if he's still there. Oh my gosh, I've got him all riled up. He's sitting in this little tiny pocket underneath some grass. And I keep getting my jig stuck in the grass, but he's like almost willing to eat it. Here we go, here we go. Oh, this is perfect. Oh, come on, eat it. I can't tell. Can't tell what he's doing. He's just sitting next to it. I don't think he even sees my jig yet. Got to get him to turn around. Oh my gosh. Does he have it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. He's gonna eat it. He's got it. He's got it. I've got him underneath a bunch of grass. Yeah, sight fishing, this is the best. Clear water, shallow water. I saw this fish. He was underneath just like a little shaded area, just a little canopy of vegetation, sitting in one little pocket. And I dropped this thing. There we go. There we go. Oh. I dropped it right in front of him and was just twitching it. I had my line overhanging some vegetation and the jig was down there and he ate it. I think he's on a bed. I can't quite tell. I assume that's a bed. These fish are definitely in a couple different stages. Some of them appear to be very much spawning. Some of them seem like they might be immediately post-spawn, actually. Okay, got my jig back. I don't care who you are. A fish like that on an ultralight rod is darn fun. Thank you for the fight, my friend. See you later. Oh, there's another bass. Came out of nowhere. It's a nice one. Oh my gosh. I was actually fishing for a different fish, and then this one rocket launched over and smashed my jig. It's a big one. There you go. Whew. It's a nice long skinny one right there. Well, I ran out of time, so here I am in my car about to head home. But before I do, I just wanted to wrap things up. All in all, I guess the moral of the story is that you should never count out a public park that gets a lot of pressure, because you can still catch fish. You know, as I was leaving, actually a lot of fishermen were starting to show up, and it was clearly showing its colors. You know, this place does get a lot of pressure. It's a very public park. Like, lots of people are here, lots of people walking around, and those fish were definitely finicky. That being said, even though there was thousands of fish in there that were very finicky, there was a lot of fish in there willing to bite as well. So I'm glad I brought the ultralight. I'm glad I caught the sunfish, but more importantly, those bass were a lot of fun. Anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I know today's video was very simple. It was short and sweet, just a little bit of fishing, but that's what it's all about. Have a good day. We'll catch you next time.